Eric Olsen. So you don't need any introduction in the fight game, right? Fucking love or hate you, everybody knows you in the fight game. You're also famously known for gouging people's eyes.
Yep.
Like you say, touching the bone in the back.
That's what I do.
So, yeah, listen, what's the closest you've come to dying in one of these fights?
Oh, in the King of the Streets fights, maybe the closest was versus French Viking, when he stomped my head on the floor before I took him down and I finished the takedown transition. He gave me like a brain injury in that one.
Oh, wow.
Like for months afterward, I would just be standing.
Concussion?
No, I had like, I don't know what it was. I had concussion, of course, but I would be standing there and just fall. Like the world would go tilted. So in the fight, he stomps my head into the cement twice, and you see me grab the leg, I take him down, I cut the corner, and I finish him, I get him down, and he's done before they stood us back up because his coach was getting beaten up outside of the ring. I'm crushing him there, but that initial head trauma of my head on the cement with a 275-pound guy stomping on it gave me a bad brain injury for a few months. I couldn't really stand. I would say maybe that's it, because the rest of them, no damage, no issues.
And for the people who don't know, you guys fight on concrete, cement.
Yeah.
It's not safe.
It is definitely not. It's the best part. Well,
yeah.
It's the cement. So that I would say in the King of the Streets, that's probably been the worst one because it was a brain one and it was lasting for a while. Like I would be standing in my kitchen. At the time I was in the UK, and the whole kitchen would just turn upside down and I'd fall on the floor. Shit. So after that happened for a while, I was like, I think something's up here. So, yeah. And then I went back into sparring like a month and a half later, and I got hit in the head, and I started again, worse. So I was like, I got to chill out for a few months and just like eat pizzas.
Yeah. Have you gone for a scan or anything?
Yeah. Well, so when I was in England for that, at that time in 2022-ish, 22-ish, I went, it happened, they're like, just take some paracetamol. And I was like, no, I need a scan. They're like, you're not getting a scan. They sent me home, it happened again. I went back, they said, not getting a scan. Happened then the third time, and they're like, we'll give you a CT scan. And they did, and they're like, you just got a bad concussion. You're all right. Maybe you're not, maybe you are. And that was it. And then I went home and everything, like I went back to America, and I never got it looked at. It just went away over time. I stopped getting hit in my head. Stopped heavy sparring for a while. So that was it, yeah. That was about it.
Wow. And how's the medical team on this King of the Streets and that? Are they trained medical
I don't know. Personally,
yeah.
I don't think anyone's, I don't know. I think somebody, far be it from me to say, when I fought French Viking, the medical team consisted of hooligans in like medical doctor jackets. So they look like something from the movie Hostel pulling you away in the back. I believe some people there are now doctors or in school for it. Okay. I don't know, because I broke my leg there and the guy told me it wasn't broken at all. And when I got back to the UK and I was walking all crooked, I went and I got an x-ray and they're like, yeah, it's broken, look. And it's snapped. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I think the medical stuff is more done to make the fans that are pussies feel special. So they could be like, look, they care. Motherfucker, you're there to murder each other.
Yeah.
If you're fucking betting on the medical staff and King of the Streets to save you, you might as well have like a monkey paw or something that you're rubbing. I don't know.
And have you ever been scared before stepping into the ring or facing someone?
On King of the Streets? No, I love it. I don't really get scared. I get like nerves of excitement when I fight on certain things. But on King of the Streets, it's so different. Like, it's so much more than just kickboxing or an MMA fight, because you know how injured you could get. So for me, I like zone in and lock in. Plus, I don't like the people I'm fighting. Like, there's a personal battle between them and me. Like, we don't get along. So I'm getting my chance to get my alone time with someone who's been mouthing off to me, which is very, like, mentally fucking relaxing to me, because, like, I'm going to finally get my fucking hands on you after you've been pissing me off for a certain amount of time. I don't really feel anything when I get there. Like, before it, I'll think, like, not nerves of fear. It's like excitement. Like you can't wait to get going.
They're like butterflies.
Yeah. But like excitement. Like if you're worried about fighting, you shouldn't be on getting hurt. Nobody's worried about getting hurt in fighting that fights. They're worried about looking stupid. And I don't really care, because I've already lost. I've already won, and people don't like me anyway because I don't fit into their little boxes. So even if I beat everybody, people still gonna talk shit. So that's irrelevant to me. I just get excited for the event and what's gonna happen, and what I see in my brain happening. That's the way it goes with that. Yeah.
And what's something that will shock people of this no rules fighting?
I think a lot of people, fans, I don't like fans, I don't like most of them. They're fucking clowns. I think a lot of them live in like a fantasy world in their head, like the eye gouging. They say that shouldn't be allowed. So you want no rules on cement with rules. The eye gouging's too much. Why? It's a no rules fight.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe you should have knives. Okay, sure, let's fight with knives. But the premise of King of the Streets is two combatants using their body to destroy each other. One wins, one loses, based off of that. And I think a lot of the fans complain because they're always crying about honor, honor, honor. I don't understand what that means. I don't have any honor in a fight. I have honor like amongst my wife, amongst my sister, my family, you, my friend. I wouldn't come into your tattoo shop and burglarize it because that would be a dishonorable bad thing to do. But if me and fucking, you know, Joseph Matumbu get into a fist fight outside a sandwich shop, I'm trying to fucking cut his head off with a fucking rusty spoon if it's there. My goal in a fight is maximum damage, minimal effort. Anything I can do to hurt you more than you hurt me and win is how I'm doing it. I don't think like, what would a 12th century knight in France do? Someone said that to me before.
Yeah.
They said, I don't fight like you, you're dishonorable. I said, what do you fight like? They're like, I'm like a 12th century knight in France. I'm like, what are you, raping kids and like beheading fucking farmers? What are you talking about? 12th century knight, Templar in France? Motherfucker, I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm gonna fuck you up. And the eye gouging is the best way to do it. I've been doing that since I'm a kid to people.
Yeah.
The moment you go near someone's eyes or anything's eyes, if a dog bites you and you get its eyes, it'll move its head. Not saying it'll let go, but it'll move.
Yeah.
Nothing will stand. I move when people do it to me.
Yeah.
I'll move my head. So.
What would you say is the perfect eye gouge?
So eye gouge is relevant to position. A lot of guys you see eye gouge me, they do it from underneath me or standing up, and you're just asking to get fucked up from that. I've had my eyes hurt being gouged. I've had them being ripped and everything, but you have to have position. Position before submission, as they say in jiu-jitsu, and the eye gouge is the ultimate submission. If I pin your hips to the floor, you can't move, because I pin everything. Once I pin your hips, you're done. If you're not a jiu-jitsu guy and you don't grapple, once you're on the floor and your hips are pinned, your chest is pinned. Once your hips are pinned, your thoracic region gets pinned, and then your head will start moving, which will get tired. The perfect eye gouge would be quite literally straight down till you hit the bone, or you take the fingers and you dig them under the bones in here, and I go to the knuckle and I grab like that and I start to rip. So I'm holding on to the inside of your eye socket, pulling. Or if you shut your eyes, you can kind of stand this because you got muscles in your face. If they do that, you take a finger, you push it here, and it comes directly under the muscles into the jelly of the eyeball. You jam it up, it'll make a move, and then you push it down, and then they're screaming in Poland, Polish and French. Because I love eye gouging Polish and French people. Kurwa!
Brutal.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's that. Fucking. So I have a whole system for it. I've done it forever to people. But you have to have somebody be immobilized. You're not gonna eye gouge somebody because even the weakest, stupidest motherfucker who's a human being, an adult, is gonna get an adrenaline surge and start moving.
Yeah.
If you do not know how to keep them down, they're not gonna stay down. Which is why if you watch my stuff, I use so much grappling and wrestling to pin you and tire you out. And then it's like, you know, now you're in for it. You know, you're gonna like hear that saw voice. Let's play a game. I want to play a game. See how loud you can scream in Polish. Fucking French.
So do you actually enjoy hurting people, or is it a myth?
Depends on the person, I guess. Like, if I don't like you, sure. If I don't know you, nah, I'm 43, I don't care. Why would I want to waste the energy? If you do something to bother me, yeah. If you're doing something that I disagree with, like, you know, these horrible stories you see on Instagram of these child killers and all that shit, of course, yeah. But if you're just some idiot at like, you know, Tesco or fucking Stop and Shop in America. No, I don't give a fuck. It's relevant. If we are actively fighting and you're trying to hurt me, yes, then I like it. And then I can go a little crazy. But I don't wake up and people have this misconception of me, and I don't care. Like I'm getting up in the morning like drooling, like salivating, gonna go push over an elderly woman at a bus stop or something. No, like, but if we're fighting, yeah, the idea is to fuck you up and I enjoy it.
And what's the darkest place that fighting's taken you mentally?
When I've lost some fights that I was winning or I should have won, it just gets pretty fucking annoying because I'm a pretty competitive person. Like competitive in the sense of like, you have two types of competition, I believe, in people. People who don't, like, if I'm in a gym and there are guys there I'm cool with and they're competing, there's no competition. Good for them. They're my teammates. We're friends. But amongst myself, inside myself, it makes me go crazy if I don't do something as well as I think I should have. Or I see something and I didn't do it right, you know?
And have you ever lost control in a fight? Or over your emotions, maybe?
Yeah, it happened in Bellator. I fight in Bellator, and I lost control of my emotions because I heard the crowd roaring in a gigantic stadium that I had been going to hockey games at since I was a kid, Nassau Coliseum, and I had a perfect position to finish him, and I didn't. And he got up and he TKO'd me. And that wouldn't have happened if I had continuously checked my emotions. So, yeah, it's happened a few times. That's the whole point of amateur fighting. You fight to the point that you can become a machine and operate under stress, under duress, and keep a clear and composed mindset. And that, you know, that was one of those things that just didn't happen that day. That's pretty annoying.
And you'd say all this is experience
Yes.
that you're picking up over the years.
Yeah, so I started wrestling when I was a child in West Islip, New York. 1987, 1988, when I was 5 in grade school. And you know, you do your wrestling practices throughout the week, and then you go to tournaments on the weekend. And I would place first place, second place, very rarely third, usually first in my little weight bracket that I was in. And you know, all that stuff is experience because you're wrestling in front of the whole school, you're wrestling in front of everyone's family. Over the years, you pick things up from fights, amateur. That's the point of the amateur experience for the professional set of what you're going to do. You won't find guys who just come in and go pro. Unless you're like an Olympic level athlete, that you don't need amateur fights because you've been doing this forever on you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think of it as like, the amateur is like the apprentice of whatever job you're doing. You learn. So then when you go pro and you still have a fucking mishap and you fuck up, you just feel like an idiot.
And have you ever had one of the parents, you know, kick off at you for hurting their kids at a school wrestling?
Well, the wrestling stuff when I was a kid, I didn't do anything dirty to them. But yeah, there were parents that didn't like watching their kid get manhandled. But not kick off at me or my parents. More like you see the kid after the match being screamed at by his dad. And it's like,
oh yeah, I've seen that.
You know, like he's 6, he's 7, he's 5, he's 8, he's 9, because I wrestled all those years. And it's like, you kind of just feel bad for him. Like, because my dad wanted me to do it constantly. But if I lost, he was cool. If I won, he was cool. It's not like I got like treated any different. But some of these parents live vicariously through their kids. And they torture their kids with their kids having to do this, having to do that, having to do this. Like, motherfucker, you had your chance and you suck. Why are you putting your kid through it? And why are you yelling at him for fucking getting ragdolled by me? You think you do better if you're 6? I'll fuck you up too. Well, yeah, I've seen that a bunch, but there was no drama. No one ever said anything to me or my family or my coaches at my school. I'd just look at it and I'd be like, wow, some of these parents, like, they suck.
Yeah. So what about when you go to fight at these places under no rules? Because you usually go on your own, you travel on your own, no team, and you are obviously some of these guys, they rock up with
they got all their hooligans.
They've got a team or hooligan and their friends and whatever.
No one has ever said one negative thing to me in person anywhere ever, unless it was like a fight in jail or on the street. King of the streets, I show up, there's 5 hooligan gangs there. Everyone either doesn't talk to me because they can't speak English, or they talk to me because they can speak English and they're super cool. I have never had one negative comment from a fan, from a fighter in person in my life. You go on Instagram or fucking Facebook or YouTube, everybody's fucking 10 men talking crazy. I don't know where all these people are in the real world. I don't get it. I don't know. So, yeah, I go alone. I don't bring anybody. I don't see a point to. I like being alone. I enjoy my isolation. I don't want to share a hotel room with somebody who's snoring, driving me up a fucking wall, you know? And I have a very, like, one direction brain when it comes to certain things. Like, I know I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So what are you going to tell me? Now, when it comes to grappling, yeah, in a grappling tournament, I have coaches because I can listen. Because the guy I'm fucking grappling with is also doing grappling 7 days a week. But on King of the Streets, when I'm throwing around some stupid French or some fucking Polish neo-Nazi, that motherfucker never took a day of fucking grappling in his life. He doesn't know what to do. I don't even need to think. My body just operates on muscle memory. Head position, hand, like, you know, underhooks, overhooks, and I just take it from there. And then the fight's fucking done. So I don't need anyone there. I think a lot of these guys also like to go because they don't do it and they try to live vicariously through it. That would be like me hanging around your tattoo shop all day and telling people, yeah, that's right, you know, I'm over there. Like, who the fuck are you? What are you fucking doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing here? These idiots, yeah.
I've seen you get into a lot of online arguments with these French, especially.
French and Polish and English, yeah. But the English have taken the back seat now. It's mainly the Polish and the French. And the Americans. Americans are always complaining too. Yeah. I enjoy that.
And you don't really represent America when you fight, even though you're from there.
I hate America. It fucking sucks. Especially with this fucking idiot in office. I'm not political. I don't vote for anybody because I'm not, when I say I'm not political, I am political in the sense that I'm not a right-winger, but by any means, I'm not no Democrat. Those guys aren't fucking doing anything either. I don't want fucking any of these idiots in office. I hate them all. They have the police murdering everybody in privatized prisons, and it sucks, you know? But yeah, Americans complain. They're mad when I fight. I represent like Serbia or Antarctica. Like I tell people Antarctica, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fighting out of Antarctica."
Well, imagine that. What do you think? Do you know about the whole stories or theory behind Antarctica, and you can't go there, and it's like every country signed a treaty that you're not allowed to go and explore it and all that. Go look into it a bit.
I had no idea. I just listened to a band called Guar.
Yeah.
They say they're from Antarctica. And one of these promoters was like asking me questions, and I was like, he was like, I think it was a down south guy, and he was annoying me. And I was like, I represent Antarctica, motherfucker. He's like, Antarctica? Isn't that by like the North Pole? I'm like, yeah, put the North Pole down too. I don't know, I just try to annoy motherfuckers. Yeah, like, I love that social media gives me the ability to ruin people's days. Like, I could post a picture of me gouging some Polish guy's eyes, and you'll get people from Poland, France, Europe, and America thinking they're like psychologists, writing like essays. You know I send it to you. Essays of why this isn't okay. And I tell them, this isn't therapy. I'm not your therapist. Do you understand? Like, I just disrupted, you're crying on another man's Instagram because of a no rules fight club? You sound fucking triggered. Like, you sound like a snowflake. What's wrong with you? And then they start threatening to shoot me and kill me. So then I just, all right, no, say no more. This is my location. This is where I live. This is where I work. This is where I train. Do something. And then they'll be like, it's coming. You know, it's coming. We're going to get you. Fucking, what are you going to Instagram me to death? You get my page deleted? Fuck you.
Yeah, they never show up.
No.
I've seen you given the location every time.
This is the way I see it. If you're living your life and I'm living my life, and you see something on my Instagram that upsets you so much that you need to write me a fucking a small novel, and in that paragraph you have to threaten me, then I'll give you the opportunity to do it. I'm not going to come to you because I don't care. I don't know you. You're the one who said it to me. But if life is that important to you, if that segment in your life is that important to you, all I can do is give you the fucking means to do something. Now, whatever happens to you in the process, that's with natural disaster. Like, that's your fault. You come at me somewhere and I fucking decapitate you, or you kill me and then you get life in prison for it. That's your own decision. You threw your life away over Instagram. I'll be dead, I won't know it. Or you'll be in a body cast and I'll know it, and you showed up, and I'll be like, whatever. Make another fucking Instagram post talking shit.
Has anybody who's messaged you on Instagram, have they actually showed up to one of your locations?
Nah, one guy showed up in England one time, but he didn't know I was there. There's a video of this clown named Mark Godbeer. He's an ex-UFC heavyweight. And he was talking shit to me. And he thought that I was out of the country in Poland at the time, when I was in England at the time. And he showed up with two friends with weapons to my wife's house, screaming in the street, "We know where he lives. We'll be back for him." He didn't know I was inside, and I come out with my blade and my Akita, and it's on video. He took off and ran. And yeah, like you drove fucking 5 hours from fucking somewhere down fucking south Exeter to get chased away from my house in the Midlands. You're an idiot. You ran away. What the fuck's wrong with you? And then another guy one time showed up at one spot, and I came out with like a 12-inch butcher knife, and he drove away screaming, "He's got a knife! He's got a knife!" Yeah, well, I don't know you. I don't want to fight with you. I want to kill you. If we're street fighting, we're street fighting. I don't know you. Like.
And do you believe in street fights there's no
rules.
No honor or rules or anything?
Nope.
It's anything goes.
Anything that hurts you more than me. I've been in fights all over the place. When I was younger, I'm 43 now. This stuff doesn't happen anymore. But in my teens and 20s and early 30s and mid 30s, it happened all the time. And, you know, there's no such thing as like, no. Also, if I get mad at somebody, we're speaking from a neutral point right now, where I'm happy getting tattooed by you and I'm in a good mood, neutral. If I'm actually angry at somebody and I want to hurt them, no, I'm fucking picking up anything I can, let alone if I have something on me. Nah, the whole point is to unmake you. The conflict will have risen to a point that we can't get away from. It shouldn't have been there, I guess, to begin with, but now we're here, and now there's only one way forward.
And why do you think you've been in so many street fights, altercations with people? Do you think what is a troubled youth, or is it just in your nature, or what?
I think it's me. I think it's them when I was younger. You know, I think you have a lot of people who come from some type of background that shapes them when they're young, me included. And I think like when I was young, I was very, very disruptive. If you put me in a room with 5 other boys who also wanted to be top of the food chain and disruptive, it's just natural gonna happen. Like, you know, somebody's gonna look at you too long, what the fuck are you looking at? Well, I'm looking at you, what about it? You know the way it goes, like, and then it's just on. So, you know, these things over time when you're in your youth pick up. That doesn't happen now, but at the same time, at 43, I don't go out. I don't go to bars, I don't drink ever, I never have. I don't go to clubs, I'm married, I have my kids, so I'm not looking for women in fucking clubs. So I'm not encountering guys who want to fucking prove how tough they are. I'm sure if I was out every night socializing, something could happen, but I'm not. When I work, doing door work, I don't fucking talk to anybody. I don't care what you're all doing. I'm not there to speak to you. If you want to get tough with me because I'm security, you won't. I mean, I'm respectful of everybody. That's why I do my job good. I'm not there to fight with you. If you're fighting with him, I'm not there to pick his side or your side. I'm there just to make sure you don't fight in here. You could go outside and I'll referee it.
Now, how does your wife feel about the you fighting and that? I mean,
she doesn't really care. She's not really. She doesn't want me to get hurt. She's not really big into it. She doesn't really care. She just wants me to be all right. She likes it when I win. She just wants to make sure, like, you know, I don't get hurt or anything, but she's not one of those girls, like a lot of this you see of these fighters with their clown ass fucking girlfriends and wives, like making it all about them, posing with their fucking man. It's so fucking stupid. Yeah, I keep my like private life pretty private. All these fighters, they're fucking clowns. All these fighters with their fucking wives, their girlfriends, their kids. It's so fucking weird. Yeah, I got kids, so what? Guess what? I also got gouged motherfuckers, so what? Who cares? I also work, so what? All these motherfuckers have like a post like with a ski mask on, a skiri, and then it'll show them hugging their 4-year-old with an skiri shirt on. And it's like, what are you doing? You're doing that for like social media clout. Weird. Are you a fighter or are you a fucking daycare worker? I'm a barbarian of epic proportions. My family life is my family life. I keep that there. Everything online is me just maiming people and fighting and talking shit.
do you think you've got more people who love or hate you?
Oh, I don't care. I think it depends. I think there's a lot of outcast types who like me because they think that they can live vicariously through me. And then there's a lot of people who feel threatened by me because they love authority and the idea of somebody not following rules offends them. I don't care. If they want to argue, they've come to the right place. Because I'll fucking argue with anybody. I'll argue with myself. I just mind my business. I just do what I do. I got fucking my Instagram that I use primarily for my fighting, you know, reach out to promoters and all that. Everybody complains, so I know what I'm doing. I post a picture, I know the little comments it'll get, I know the fucking reactions, I know how to word things a certain way that'll rub people the wrong way. And I do it on purpose. I do things just to annoy motherfuckers. What are they gonna do about it? Cry? And if you cry, then I'm gonna point and laugh at you, take screenshots of it and send it to you and my other friends saying, look at this fucking idiot.
Now, what's the worst injury you've seen?
You know, a lot of those King of the Streets fights, people don't really get as hurt as people think because, so here's something people don't understand. If you're in a street fight with someone, so King of the Streets has a referee, and they're not going to allow anybody to die, but generally the human body, unless you get knocked out cold, you're going to know it's over, and you're going to fucking shell up, wrap your head in your hands and forearms. You're going to get punched a few times, kicked a little bit, but you're safe, you're good. I haven't really seen drastic injuries on there, except one fight that I saw online, not in person, which was Oak, when he caught a guy with 12 to 6 elbows while his head was on the floor, and they didn't stop it fast, and he got hurt. But he's okay, I heard. I haven't really seen any bad injuries. Even the guys I've gouged, to my knowledge, they're all right. I think a lot of people put more into it than it actually is. I've seen worse injuries in like MMA and stuff, where people can do submissions and grapple.
Yeah.
You know, because somebody gets put in a heel hook and they don't let go, or they don't tap in a Kimura. I've never seen that in King of the Streets. Everyone just kind of knocks each other out, or before they get knocked out, they fall down because they know they're done. They shell up, and then the ref stops it after 10 or 5 hits into someone's forearms. It's violent and a lot of blood because face wounds bleed a lot, but you're not going to find people getting crippled or anything on there. It's run pretty good like that. Like, I mean, King of the Streets is run fantastically by the promoters. But as far as the fighters go, me included, I broke my leg, and when it was over, I laid on the floor and covered up because I knew what was coming. I was fine, just busted leg. Because this is my favorite arm to cross-face people with.
That's it.
I'm a big fan of the face bar, the neck crank, the cross-face, live by the cross-face. You know, if I get you and you don't grapple and I cross-face you, you're gonna need a fucking dentist and a reconstructive surgeon. And if I keep it on you, you're gonna need a new fucking spinal cord. So it's gonna look nice, like a gigantic fucking Nile crocodile ripping across someone's face.
Yeah, you can show the camera the arm.
So when I come across someone's face and I gable grip and I cut the angle and I pull back, and you hear screaming in Polish or French, Kurwa! Bonjour! As their fucking neck snaps. The last thing they'll see is your great artwork. Compliments of South Africa, motherfucker.
Have you ever broken your hand or anything mid-fight? You did your leg.
Well, I have 25 bare-knuckle fights. And my hands are pretty good because I don't punch anything without gloves on unless they're a person. I've hurt my hands a bunch. I currently hurt my elbow training in Serbia doing jiu-jitsu. I got swept and I posted, you know, and all my weight went into it, and it still feels like someone hit my elbow with a fucking baton. I need to get that looked at.
And how much injuries do you carry that people don't see?
Everything is injured. Everything hurts.
Does the pain ever fucking go away?
The pain goes away when I'm in a hot climate, and I'm always in cold climate, so it never goes away. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I want to move to like fucking Costa Rica and just sit on the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, everything hurts. Like, even things that aren't injuries, just muscle rips, muscle tears. On top of all the wrestling training, on top of all the training I've done, you know, wear and tear on the joints, wear and tear on your body. I'm big into lifting too, compound lifts. I'm heavy onto squats, deadlifts, clean and jerk and press. That stuff just adds up over time. And I've been doing this forever. I'm going to retire by the time I'm 45, 46. A few more years. Yeah, I've had two major surgeries from 2 major injuries. Yeah, those fucking suck. But what could you do? It's not like I just woke up one day like delivering newspapers and this happened. I asked for it.
Now, what is the aftermath that nobody talks about?
So mental health wise, I think I'm pretty like good. Like, I don't have any issues. Maybe others would disagree with me on that, but I think So for me, I think as a fighter, and I think this isn't particular to me, this is particular to everybody, you get build up to something, like looking forward to it, then it happens and the time and place is done and gone. And now you kind of feel like, now what do I do?
Like an adrenaline dump.
Yeah, but not even an adrenaline dump. That would be directly after.
Yeah.
We're talking about in the weeks after when you're not important anymore.
Right,
Who are
right.
you now? You're nobody.
Yeah.
You're just a guy on Instagram that has pictures fighting on cement.
Yeah, because there's a lot of build up around it.
And now that
attention.
it's gone, and this is the same thing when you come to any sort of sport or fighting or grappling. Now what when it's done? Who are you now? You're nobody. I mean, you've always been nobody, but now you're really nobody until it comes again. So I think with some people, I mean, not me, because I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I regulate myself in my own way. But I think a lot of other people fall apart under that. A lot of people will be like, I have nothing to do. They're bored. They want the stimulation of going places and people recognizing them and seeing them, and they'll start getting high and drunk. I don't have that issue. Like, I'm good, whatever. I don't really like too much attention anyway, unless it's negative. I love upsetting people. I love arguing with them. But I'm not like that guy that's on my Instagram, like some of these idiots, like, you gotta pay me 50 fucking euros to respond to you. Shut the fuck up. For me, I'm just me. Like, when people come up to me in the streets all over Europe and the UK and they're like, Bloodaxe? And it happens all the time. I'm like, yeah? And they're like, wow. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm just a fat motherfucker from Long Island that eye gouges people in street fights. You're acting like you saw God. And maybe you have. But I don't know what that'd say. Like, cool. It happened a lot. People asking for pictures. Like, I didn't know I was that special. I mean, I know I'm cool and all that, but...
Do you think this sport should even be legal?
It's not legal. Yeah. King of the Streets is illegal.
Do you think it should be?
Oh, I don't care. Like, legal, illegal. I think the legality of combat sports is relevant to sanctioning bodies that want to make money off people getting ripped apart. So I'm happy it's actually illegal, because I like that people can't make money off of it, unless the people putting it on. Like in America, if you do an MMA fight, you got to pay this sanctioning body and that sanctioning body. So fucking Bob Smith and fucking Jacob, whoever, can get this fucking amount of money for you fighting because they're sanctioning it. Fuck them. At least the guy who runs King of the Street looks out for us and is our friend and cares about us. So let him make all the money he wants. We don't need any sanctioning bodies stepping in trying to tell us what we can and can't do. Yeah, so I'm happy it's illegal. I don't want to help the state make money. In my extreme leftist anarchy views, I don't want any laws, anybody fucking making money off of it. Yeah. That's what all this stuff come from, you know, in King of the Streets. I beat that Polish guy, and all these skinheads went crazy about it.
And have you ever fought someone you knew you could seriously hurt?
Yeah, Orso.
Like Orso, yeah. Because you were also a bit heavier than him as well, eh?
I got super fat for that. I'm like 250 right now. For him, I literally ate ice cream every day. I got up to 280. I looked like Homer Simpson. And I'll tell you why I did. Because all I was doing was powerlifting and grappling and eating. And all he was doing was standing there with his nice hair, styling it with his six-pack, posing. And I knew what everyone was saying. 90% of the fight community was like, oh, Orso's going to beat him. Look at Orso's physique. Motherfucker, what? Physique? Listen, if me and Orso were modeling fucking bathing suits, he would have won. But we weren't. Like, it's a fight. We weren't walking up and down the beach styling our hair. I know I would have lost that. We were fighting. And it doesn't matter. Looking mean never killed anybody. Looking good and tough and strong, that's irrelevant. He didn't have the physicalities because he doesn't train enough. He's a young 23-year-old kid that didn't know what he was getting into. But for years, he was mouthing off, so... And I gave him his first loss. I traumatized him so bad, he still hasn't been back to fight. That was a year ago.
So he's not being back on...
No, he's still fucking having night terrors of me. Supposedly he said he was going to go to Georgia to learn how to wrestle. These fantasies with these fucking people. You got to go to Georgia to learn how to wrestle? You don't learn how to wrestle at 23. You could learn jiu-jitsu, yeah. You could be very good. But you're not going to learn how to out-grapple somebody who's been doing it since they're 5. In a grappling fucking exchange. Stop it. Focus on something else. You're French. Get a job making fucking like baguettes or something.
Is there anything that you refuse to do in a fight?
Oh, no.
Or is it truly no rules for you?
No, it's no rules. I almost ripped one guy's dick and balls off because he wouldn't let
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. When I get into that mode, I'm not the same Eric that's here talking nicely. Calm down. I'm just thinking of one thing, killing you by any means necessary. Even when I eye gouge people, people ask, were you trying to blind them? No, I'm trying to kill them. I'm trying to push my fingers. I touch the bones in the back of their head. I'm trying to push all my weight through my fingertips to crack the bones into your brain. I'm trying to kill you. If you get blinded, great. If you don't, great. If they stop it, so long as I win and you don't, great. But in the midst of battle, while we're going, we're going. I'm not thinking, well, I can only go this deep because it might. No, fuck that. It's full go, all or nothing. I'm not trying to sit here and fuck around and get my fucking teeth knocked out. That hurts. I've been cool with guys I fought. Like me and French Viking were cool. That's why I didn't eye gouge him and I got hurt. You know, I'm cool with Leo. He beat me. And after the fight, we were cool with each other. We were cool, you know. I would have gouged him if I could have grabbed him, but he was smart enough to back away and I had broke my leg. And he kept kicking the broken leg. But after, me and Leo have hung out at like King of the Streets events, Bare-Knuckle events, we're friends with each other. We're cool. Everyone thinks I'm mad at him for beating me. For what? That's the name of the game.
Do you think a lot of fighters are a bit careful to fight you because of the gouging? And
oh, they're terrified of me. In King of the Streets, 98% of these hooligans are horrified of me. So here's the current thing going on. King of the Streets is great. They give me this platform. I love King of the Streets. The fighters are a bunch of pussies. And I'm not saying King of the Streets fighters are pussies. I'm saying fighters are pussies. You got all these fucking hooligan guys, not all, let's say 90%, that don't like me. They say refuse a fight versus Eric. Don't give him beef fights because then he'll go away. Or they tried to mobilize with like a union. They were like, refuse to fight on an event he's on. So if two guys get matched up, refuse it if he's on it. They try to like wait me out. So King of the Streets just give me beef fights with me and another guy and one other fight. It's so fucking weird. Same thing in Long Island, same thing everywhere. You got guys mouthing off, won't fight me, won't come to a gym to spar, but they want to talk. Talk. Like, come on, you can't even be taken seriously. I also fight anybody. I've also always fought everybody. It's why my MMA fucking record sucks. 1 in fucking 6 or 1 in 5 because I fought 4 guys that were undefeated, one of which was an undefeated ex-UFC fucking National American fucking wrestling champ, Ian Stevens. Who the fuck's fighting him? Couldn't find anybody to fight him except me, and I lost. Multiple guys I fought that nobody would come near to fight. I fought Kevin Mullen when he was like 20 fucking, he had all his amateur fights wins, some professional ones wins, and then I went and fought him in a 3-round fight that he beat me in. So I'm always willing to fight anybody, especially if I'm talking shit. These people though, they fucking handpick the fucking time that they'll go on Instagram to talk. It's crazy.
oh, have you ever regretted a fight after it ended?
I've regretted fights when I've needed surgery because it hurts. Like when I needed my shoulder surgery, when I ripped my shoulder. I think the one that I regret the most was like the recent Tomas one when I stopped when I was on top of him because I thought I ripped my other shoulder. But what are you going to do? Like, you can't move part of your body. All I'm thinking about, like, I'm from America. I live in America. Shoulder surgery is like $34,000, $40,000. I don't have that money. If I get hurt in Europe or if I get hurt on a promotion, the insurance will cover it. But if I'm fighting on King of the Streets and I got you down and I can't move a part of my body because I ripped the ligament, I'm fucked. So that's why I'm only going to do 2 or 3 more. Finish up with some really good beef fights and then immortalize my legacy of brutality. And I'm gonna eye gouge these motherfuckers so fucking badly.
Do you know who your next opponent will be?
Yes, I do. And I don't want to say who that is because I like to play by the book with King of the Streets because those guys and me are super tight.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I let them announce it. But
Okay,
it's
cool.
a heavyweight guy that I hate. So that's exciting.
Nice. And who were Eric before all this? You know, before you were fighting or...
I've always been doing this. I've been doing this since I'm 5. I wrestled at 5 and I used to get into trouble at 4. I used to always get into fucking drama. Whether it was fighting with kids around my neighborhood. You have to remember, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. You woke up in the morning, you had your breakfast, you did your chores, and you got told leave. Go outside. And you went outside, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, whether it's cold, whether it's hot. You and your little group of friends would go running around town in the woods and you'd come across other groups of little kids. 5, 6, 7, 8, and what do you think happens? You fight. You all start throwing rocks at each other and fist fighting. Sometimes you become cool, sometimes you don't. Blood feuds. So I've just been worse when I was younger. As I've gotten older, I've been able to like self-rationalize and look at things from other point of views. When I was younger, I didn't have that ability.
So how was your upbringing? How was your parents?
My parents are, my mom's a nurse. My dad was the lead nightly news artist for NBC. Not like me, they're not criminals. And that's basically what my whole life has been, a criminal mentality. My parents were very much like work hard, go to school, Yeah, my mom was pretty strict growing up, but she needed to be. I was a fucking nightmare. And any parts of me, like, when I work, if I work in construction or something, and I show up to a job that's miserable and I finish it, I see it through, that's because of the fucking work ethic my mother instilled in me, My dad was a great dad. Did everything he could for the family. I'm still in touch with them to this day. I love them very much. My point of saying is I didn't become this way because they told me. They weren't like, yeah, you see that pack of gum, go steal it. If I did that as a kid, my mom would have done WWF wrestling moves with me. My mom was pretty heavy-handed growing up. But, yeah, everything was like, when I was growing up, I had to answer the telephone in my house by saying, hello, this is Eric Olsen. You've reached the Olsen residence. How may I help you? Like shit like that. Like,
yeah.
Get my mom the phone, or I'd get like fucking WWF wrestling moves done on me. My mom was doing her best, and she did good. Work. It wasn't them who put into my mind of cutting corners. When I was in my 20s and my teens, and I was doing all this criminal shit, it wasn't because they were sitting there like not caring. I probably rebelled too much from their fucking structure, which made me hate fucking rules and structure. But that's not their fault. That's me. I don't blame them for that. When I got arrested for my arson charge and weapons possession at 22, my mom, very like tough love. She didn't even go to the court. She was like, fuck you got yourself in there, deal with it. She eventually came through 9 months later when she realized I wasn't getting out for a while. But my family is not the type of people that will sit there and co-sign your bad behavior. That was all me. That's my own thing.
And how old were you when you first went to prison?
Prison was 22, but jail I had been going through my whole life. I was in like lockup when I was like 11, like youth centers, adolescent lockups and stuff like that. Those places were wild and crazy.
Is that where you first had your bad experience with cops?
No.
Why you don't like them?
I hate cops simply because who the fuck are they to tell me what I can and can't do? I don't like authority. No, the police, obviously, my upbringing, yes, but even before that, even now, I just don't like the idea of a person being paid on tax money telling me what I can and can't do. And I think this is a big point of contention in America because so many Americans are bootlickers, so many Americans worship the police. Let me explain everything to everybody watching this podcast right now. Self-defense starts with the self. You're in charge of protecting you and your loved ones. If there's a group of people to your right or left that will help you if something happens, great. But the police don't do that. You have to call the police. And in the process of waiting, they might show up and shoot your fucking dog in America. So no, I never liked the cops. But obviously as I got older, when them and me started banging heads when I would get arrested, I really hated them. But I just couldn't understand, and I still don't understand the concept of a group of people telling me what I can and can't do. That's just simply not happening. I'll do anything I want to do when I want to do it. And if you don't like it and you try to stop me, well, then whatever happens, happens. That's just the way I see it. It doesn't matter if it means I want to go fucking have like 5 ham sandwiches in an hour. I'll do it. Don't tell me I can't. Well, you can't do this, you can't do that. Rules. Motherfucker, a judge sat somewhere, and they're so corrupt too. They all do this fucking whacked out shit. They're always getting arrested in America for brutality. They're always fucking molesting kids and raping women, cops. Who the fuck are these people to tell me what I can and can't do? Last time I checked, I never touched a woman or kid or an animal. I just like to get a little crazy with people now and then. Yeah. But me and them fucking definitely banged heads a lot when I was younger. Constantly. I probably would have been killed if I was black, since they're so trigger fucking happy over there. But they kill tons of white people too, because whites are the minority. But yeah, I mean the majority. But they disproportionately target fucking anybody who happens to be a little tan. So, a fucking nightmare over there with that shit. America's a police state. It's a fucking first world, third world police state. You can't even get health coverage for you or your kids. It's a nightmare.
Has fighting cost you relationships?
No, I haven't lost any relationships. I mean, I cost myself relationships. When I was younger, I didn't care about anybody. So they were irrelevant, come and go. You're talking about like girlfriends and stuff like that?
Yeah.
No, girls have always tried to latch onto it, which annoys me. Like, I'm not your fucking Frankenstein for you to show off. I also never was the most disciplined. I'd still be out fucking eating fucking food and everything and drinking soda and shit like that. Like, I wouldn't miss somebody's birthday just for the birthday cake because I had a fight coming up. I'd just set the fight 2 weight classes up. No, like, my wife now, she isn't really into it, so she's not involved.
What does your mom think of it?
She thinks I'm crazy. She's always thought I was crazy, though. Since I'm a little kid, getting in trouble constantly. It doesn't surprise her, I would assume, with my reputation of like how I was coming up, like as a kid. I was always that kid that no matter what I was doing, I was looking for a way to rob and steal and take something from somebody. And yeah, my mom didn't understand it because she didn't raise me like that. It's just as ingrained in me, I don't know. If I walk down the street and I see like a fucking duffel bag, I think, is there money in that? Like, and if it belongs to you, why shouldn't it belong to me? It's just a mentality. If I like you, you're off limits. If I don't know you, it depends who you are. If you're an old man, an old woman, a woman, I'll leave you alone. But if you're a guy between the ages of 18 and 45, run, motherfucker. Back then, anyway, not now. That's why I say I would have made a fucking fantastic, like, Ugandan warlord in, like, Africa with, like, a fucking gold AK-47.
And then what's the price you've paid for all this, and was it worth it?
I don't know yet. We'll see. Price I've paid is I don't have a career outside of fighting. The stuff I do for money, like work, like, you know, I do construction work, demolition work. I haven't like got a set trade outside of that stuff, which is annoying because it hurts your body. And my body. My body is just destroyed. Body fucking hurts. I gotta stretch just to stretch. I have to stretch to wake up, yeah. I have to stretch to wake up. If my mattress is too soft, I can't walk. If my mattress is too hard, I can't walk. I have injuries on top of injuries. I have muscular rips and muscles that, like, if you run your hands over it, it feels like there's a dent. It's just a nightmare. But you become addicted to stuff. Like, I have an addictive personality with that stuff. You know, I'm pretty competitive. I shouldn't still be fighting at 43, but I get paid good money for it. With the bare-knuckle and stuff, and the king of the streets, I have a legacy to uphold of brutality, and I have enemies to get. I have 3 more enemies to get. So we're almost at the finish line.
And is it true that with King of the Streets, if you lose, you don't get paid?
Yeah, if you lose, you don't get paid. Or if you fight super hard and you lose, you'll get paid, but not as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. So it's like a little bonus.
Yeah. They've always taken care of me. They love me and I love them. They're really great guys. And I have no complaints with King of the Streets. You know, everyone acts like King of the Streets is biased against me. No, they're not. I'm just not a hooligan. People don't understand this. King of the Streets was started by a bunch of hooligans who didn't care about soccer teams. They just wanted to be involved in street violence. So hooliganism is them. They're hooligans, right? They're not the ones who complain about me. They're part of the 10% that are cool. But like, why the fuck would they focus on anybody? And if they do focus on people, it's the active fighters. When I have fights coming up, it's all about me. When anyone does, they give everybody their equal fucking share. Call it communist, communist of the streets. No, I'm kidding. They give everybody involved their share. And everyone's like, oh, you should be this, you should be that. Why should I be? They give me all the fucking attention I need. I don't like a lot of attention. I'm not Joseph Hapgold. I'm not fucking Simon the fucking Not So Savage. I'm not fucking Lucas, the fucking wannabe dentist. All these pussies who fucking want attention. I'm not them. I don't want the attention. Put pictures of me gouging people and let people complain. I want that. I don't need you sharing what the fuck I ate for breakfast, and you're not even gonna know what it is because I don't upload it.
So you said you've got a few more fights and then that's it for you, then you're done.
I am finished.
Do you know when that'll be? Like another...
Well, my surgery is healing up now. So I have one fight at the end of the year, start of 2027. It'll probably be King of the Streets. And then we'll go to Bare-Knuckle for some. And then I'll be done by 45, 46. I move pretty quick. With no injuries, I'll fight back to back. I did 4 King of the Street fights in 1 year. 2 with a broken leg. So I'll fight injured. It's just relevant to the injury.
And what happens to fighters when after it all ends?
Probably they become like fat motherfucking clerks in a store or something. I don't know. I'm fat now, so I already got that part covered. I don't know. Each one is different, I guess. I don't have a career that's outlined. I mean, I could go back to doing the construction and all that, but I don't want to. But I probably will. I don't know. I got a pretty big presence when I want to, like on social media. I could probably do something like that. But I don't know if I have the sociability to do it. I'm pretty antisocial. Like, you're my friend, so I can sit and talk with you. I can do this because I know you, you know? But like general, I'm not the guy to be sitting around entertaining people or wanting to even hear what people are doing. I just kind of like to stay to myself, read my books, listen to my audiobooks, be with my kids and my wife, my mom, my dad, my sister. And outside of that, that's it. You know, if I didn't have my family, I would just go back to doing what I used to do in my 20s and 30s, but I'd do it worse. You hear that, everybody? Anybody I have a problem with in Long Island from back in the day, I haven't got you yet because I have things that matter more to me. It doesn't mean I stopped hating you. I still hate you. I still want you to get cancer. I still want your friends and family to suffer and die. But I love my baby and my wife and my kids and my mom and my dad and my sister more than stuffing you in a van and torturing you to death in the woods. I can get away with it. I've gotten away with it before. But at some point, you're going to get caught. And then at some point, you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. And then you're just a deadbeat dad who left his kid. So, you know, it's important I let people know that who are listening. I never stopped hating any of you people. I still hate you all. But I have things that matter more than me shoving a fucking ice pick in your face.
So what does it take for somebody, for you to really hate them, like
Not
in
much.
that manner?
Not much. It depends. They could just be on Instagram. I could see someone I don't know make a joke on someone's Instagram I know that I don't like, and that motherfucker's fate is sealed. In my mind, if I didn't have my kids, I'd go to where he goes with his boys on the night, I'd wait for him, and I'd stomp him out. And that's happened hundreds, motherfucking tons of times in my youth. Ask anybody who knows me. Eric did this. I was like the Mongol fucking horde on places. I would pull up and people would scatter. Like, yo, you're friends with so-and-so? Yup, here, hold this for me. Blitz motherfuckers' faces off. People try to fight back, fucking fail. Doesn't take much. If I don't like A and I see A with B, then I don't like B. As far as I take it, motherfucker, if you're hanging out with one of my enemies, you can get it too. But like I said, that's a different life. I don't live that way anymore. I have my daughter, I have my wife, my kids, you know? I can't do that. My mom and dad, they're old. My dad's 82, my mom's in her 70s. They went through a whole life of me being incarcerated and detectives rushing the house and SWAT looking for me. You know, me getting locked up, coming down to the visiting center all fucking banged up and bruised up. That's all done with. If they weren't here, oh my God, it would be over. I'd be probably fucking killing a few people on GoPro and then fucking holding court in the street with fucking some machine gun versus the pigs. But that's not happening. So I watch Peppa Pig with my daughter and I gouge Polish and French nationalists, get tattoos and just, yeah. Hopefully when my injury heals up, do more jiu-jitsu. That's something I'd like to talk about if we can.
Yeah, man, let's go. I mean,
Our love of jiu-jitsu.
yeah, so you are blue belt now, but you've been doing it for many years.
I am a blue belt that, depending on who you are and how you roll, can keep you down and eye gouge you if you're a black belt. I can't say I've ever tapped a black because I haven't. I can't say that I've ever tapped a brown belt because I haven't. But I have ran through competition purple belts and I have ran through judicas that are fucking good. And I have ran through guys who are on the verge of being brown that I've tapped out that are purples. I have a lot of experience with grappling with a very one-dimensional concept like catch wrestling. But jiu-jitsu I love catch wrestling. I love training it. I just need to fucking move my gym wherever I fucking, my gym is Forged Jiu-Jitsu out of Holbrook in Long Island, New York. Long Island gets very cold in the fucking winter over there. You need to warm up before you warm up. I hate jiu-jitsu warm-ups. Jiu-jitsu, we have one coach named Potts who the warm-up consists of like takedowns and positional stuff. I like that. I don't like doing fucking shrimps. I don't like running on the mat. And I hate gi, but I do it.
And if you could go back, would you choose to do this all over again?
Probably not. I'd probably be good in school and try to get my fucking medical license and be like a plastic surgeon. That's what I wanted to do.
Plastic surgery?
Yeah.
Like what? These Hollywood moms in
I don't know if they'd be in Hollywood.
Beverly Hills?
Yeah, like giving fucking...
Like proper facelifts and stuff?
Yeah, something like that.
Ah.
But I decided to fucking want to be a fucking outlaw and get kicked out of every school from the age of like 5 up. So those are just fucking dreams. Yeah.
What's the biggest lie about fighters?
Oh, they lie through their fucking teeth. Them motherfuckers lie about everything. Probably with how much they get paid. So, all right, I'm going to say this. Most fighters, maybe I fall into this category a little bit of being megalomaniacal because I'm arrogant as hell. But I don't lie. These motherfuckers make things up. They just fucking want attention. Most fighters are psychologically damaged fucking overgrown children. They lie about what they get paid. Like, motherfucker, I know what you get paid. I've been around you. I fought on the same card as you. I watched you get the same paycheck as me. You'd be like, 10,000 large. Like, you got paid 1,500 like me. Shut up. Fucking, they lie. They're obsessed with lying. Or here's another one with fighters. I broke my ribs. I broke my jaw. No, you fucking didn't. You just were getting beat up and didn't want to get beat up anymore, so you gave up. Admit it, it happens. You didn't get your ribs. I've had my ribs broken. For a year and a half, I felt it. 2 years, even to this day, if I move wrong. I feel like Deontay Wilder. To this day, if I move wrong the way it healed, I feel it. Broken jaw. I had my cheekbone cracked. Luckily, they didn't break my mandible in a street fight when I got hit with a chair. But motherfucker, I felt that for fucking months. Still fucking, like, I lost a tooth from that chair hit. They lie, and then you'll see them fighting a month later. You don't have broken ribs in your fighting. You physically can't. You didn't have your jaw broken in your fighting. Get the fuck out of here. They lie through their teeth about injuries and about fucking money. I don't know why they just can't be honest. Yeah. Stupid. And then they try to tell me about it, and I'm like, I'm like the Lord of War. Like, I got more fights and more promotions all over the world than anybody. Don't come with some nonsense to me, because I'll pick it apart. Just to be a ball breaker. You did what? Yeah, fucking crazy. They fucking lie. It's ridiculous. I think most of these fighters don't even know what they want to do. I think most of them just want to be fucking Instagram famous. Most of them want to be fucking like some big time Instagram famous motivational speaker. It's stupid. You see them posting all this shit on their stories like, are you a fighter? Are you a barbarian? Or are you like a fucking self-help person? Like, Simon the Savage, that pussy, used to post about how Coca-Cola was evil. I like Pepsi, I like Coke, no big deal. This motherfucker would be sitting there sniffing drugs in Thailand, screaming at people like, you do not live healthy. Olsen, you're not healthy, Olsen. You drink Coca-Cola, I never give you this fight, Olsen. Fuck you talking about? I want to fight you. I don't need a fucking self-help dietary fucking explanation. They're fucking pathetic. Or they'll have like a picture with their hands praying with some stupid quote like, the fighter channels his feelings through the moon. And then they'll have like 2,000 likes of people like, brother, you have never lost, you have only learned. No, motherfucker, you got beat up, you lost. Maybe you learned how to lose that night, but you got beaten up. Fighter, I hate them, they're so fucking stupid. I admit it. You know how I get hurt in a fight? When they punched me more than I could punch them. Or I got punched trying to fucking punch him. That's how the fight went. And people get mad about it with me when they ask. They think you're gonna give some deep, like, Zen monk answer. Like, why do you like fighting? Well, I like fucking people up. I like proving my supremacy and I get paid for it. Oh, but isn't there a deeper meaning? No? What deeper meaning? Don't you think like are we in like Lord of the Rings? Like, shut up. Yeah, they're these fighters, because of social media, they all think they're like social media like gurus. I've watched guys give opinions on tattoos, on cars, on politics, on medicine. You're a fucking fighter. What do you know about anything? You don't even know fucking how to tie your own shoes, probably. Like, what are you talking about? It's crazy. That's the one thing with I can't stand it. I also don't like when fighters overanalyze everything. They'll be like, I saw it like it was some grappling event, and like Gordon Ryan and some guys were ringside, and one of their competitors tapped some Brazilian out, and the Brazilians yelled, and they all stood up. And then like people took that 3-second clip of them standing up and zoomed in on their faces. It's like things were about to get real. What? They stood up. Who gives a fuck? It's a fucking grappling event. They're not doing nothing there. It's so weird. Like everyone's so focused on this, or they're like, he's a killer. It's a fight. It's an organized fight. No one's dying. He's not murdering anybody. He's never murdered a human being. He's never stabbed, never shot, never beat nobody. Stop it. And people get mad when I call this out. They lose it. They lose their mind about it. Like Sean Strickland. He'd probably beat the fuck out of me if me and him sparred. Maybe, maybe not. Probably. Maybe not with boxing. Probably jiu-jitsu because he's a higher level grappler than me. But I think I can hold my own with him with striking. But like when I talk about him being a bootlicker because he loves fucking Trump, and I talk about him being a crybaby, crying on podcasts. Maybe I'm the crazy one and they're all normal. I don't know.
What's the weakest thing you've done?
Gambling too much money away. Winning money, gambling. Like I got an addictive personality, so when I start to do something, I go nuts with it. Gambling would probably be it. I've cured myself again. I haven't touched any of it for like a year to 3, give or take. But yeah, that was it. When it was consuming my brain, that wasn't good. And it was weak because I was letting something dictate me. Here's a question. Yorkshire tea, what do you prefer, Yorkshire, Earl Grey, or PG Tips?
Being South African, I normally prefer rooibos. If you translate it to English directly, it's red bush.
I was going to say, is it like hyena nostrils or something?
Hyena tail.
Yeah, hyena ears, ground up hyena paste. Okay, I can't say I've tried that before. I'd have to go with Earl Grey, a more civilized tea than you African barbarians.
What's the strongest thing you've done?
Probably stop gambling.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard. Like, you don't get how bad I was. Listen to me, I was bad. And I used to live a life of crime, quite literally just to fucking gamble. It was bad. And then one day I just like, I'm sick of spending all my
So
fucking money.
easy to lose your money, isn't it?
Easy to lose everything, because I was going crazy on people too, back then. Because back in America, gambling was only by bookies. So it was illegal. So people would give you a percent, like $10,000 a week. You pay what you lose, and then you get paid what you win. But when you lose and you don't pay, a lot of these guys think they're in The Sopranos. And so I would just run up debts with people and be like, come get your money. I got your money, come get it. And be like, Olsen, you're never gonna be allowed to gamble again. Be like, no, with you I won't, I'll find someone else. But it became like my consumption, like I was like obsessed with gambling. I would be reading about like the weather in fucking Baltimore for like the Oriole games, and like the elevation of the fucking Nuggets out in Colorado. It was bad.
What would you bet on?
Everything, sports.
Yeah.
Fucking basketball, I love. NFL, I love. Fighting. I bet fucking $30,000 on NASCAR once and lost with a bookie who lent me it. And then when I lost it, he's like, give me my money. I was like, fuck you, come get it. You want to come get it, bitch? And we were arguing. I was like, who do you think? He's like, you don't know who I work for. I said, don't care. Come get it. Come get shot in the fucking chest on the front lawn. But that's the stupid thing. Back then, what if he actually came when I was 28, 29 with people, and I actually did what I said I would have done, because I would have. And then what? I threw my life away over what? Ego? Like stupidity? It's dumb. I could have shot 100 other people in the chest on the front lawn. That would have been worth it than this fucking idiot. So it's just stupid. Yeah. Back in the day, that's another thing with this crocodile tattoo. When I used to dislike people, I would sit on them and wait on them forever. I'd follow them around, I'd get their fucking routine, and then I would one night catch them in their yard, walk into their car. And that would be fucking my alone time with them. Like a crocodile watching like campers in Australia, like near the water. Watch them while, boom, get him. It's comical to me now that I have a daughter who's 4, and I go to like parent-teacher night with my wife and her, and I'm sitting at a table with like the teacher talking about what my daughter's doing, and I'm just sitting there looking at them, and they're looking at me like I probably look like some weird alien, like compared to these normal people. I got like scars and tattoos of death all over me. I'm like, oh, hello, hi. Yeah, I'm here for her. I've got pure hate tattooed across my knuckles and all this shit, like, from a fucking ridiculous. I never thought I'd have any kids. It just happened.
So you'd say you've calmed a lot down.
I think my situation has calmed me a lot down. Like I say before, I don't consider myself to be that rational still, but I am in certain ways. With people I dislike, though, I can still get out of it. Look, some years ago, and this was stupid, 2023, I had a torn shoulder. I had a torn shoulder that was ripped in half. My infraspinatus tendon totally severed, retracted. I couldn't use my arm. And I'm going to say the motherfucker's name. He ain't going to see this, and if he does, fuck you. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. So I go to a doctor's office. It's 2023. My left arm is useless. It's in like a sling. He is seeing, like, he's setting up, like, what do you got to do, assessing it for the insurance companies. And this is, I feel let down in myself because this is when I had my daughter, you know, and I'm still acting like I'm 20. I have an ice pick in my back pocket because I like to carry weapons back then. I walk into the office, there's a fighter named Andrew Stock. He's a pussy. He's a good fighter, but outside of the ring, he's a pussy. He's 155, he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, and he's a wrestler. He's a good fighter, but he's a bitch. In his personal life, I think he's like a cop now or something. He's a fucking loser. There was some drama, apparently. He thought that I did something in a gym that involved him. I don't remember what it was, but he took it personal and said some things about me to some people, and it got back to me, and I'm like, what is he talking about? Andrew was like a fanboy of mine. He's younger than me. He was like a little fanboy of mine when I trained with him, and he's a good wrestler, but he's little, and when we sparred, I manhandled him. But what are you talking about? I was in a bad mood that day, and I got into the doctor's office, and I'm looking at him. He's sitting right like where the sink is, and he will not look at me. And I said, Andrew, you gonna act like I'm not here? And he's like, oh, hey, Eric, hey. I'm like, what do you mean, hey? What's up? What's this that I hear, A, B, and C? And he's like, oh, I think this and that. I said, well, you think wrong, but I'm going to tell you what. If you think I did what you think I did in the gym, I think he thought that I fucking tried to injure him or something when I was rolling, and he complained. He complained to somebody about something. And I was like, then I did it. Do something about it. Do something about it. Fuck you, do something. And I had my hand in my back pocket because in my mind, he's going to shoot on me, and I'm just going to take the ice pick out and start sticking him in his ribs, stabbing him in the back of his head and all that. Dumb. Moral of that story. What was the moral of that story? Calming down. Didn't calm down because if he had gotten up and acting crazy with me, he'd have been stabbed to death in the doctor's office and I'd be doing life in prison. Which I should be over because that was Eric in his 20s. I sucker punched one kid in his mouth and knocked his whole teeth out when I was like 21. Abraham Gelman. He was friends with this kid, Derek Perusa. Derek Perusa is another pussy. I hate that motherfucker. We didn't like each other. I was hanging out with this kid, James Buchanan. This kid, Abe's there. I'm like, yo, you know this kid, Derek? He's like, yeah, it's my boy. I'm like, want to give him a message for me? He's like, sure. And I just sucker punched him and his teeth went flying out of his mouth. Fell down, hit his head, started having a convulsion. Almost got arrested for that. Luckily, he didn't snitch, but he had to get reconstructive on his surgery. So that's the type of stuff, like when I was younger, I didn't think. It was just crazed. Yeah, I've calmed down because I have to. My baby's more important to me than that. Trust me, nothing would have been better than to fucking catch an enemy again, coming out of their fucking yard into their car, or vice versa, from the house to the car, car to the house, catching them and just ripping them up. Nothing is better than that, except being around my daughter and being with my family. That's better than that. So my situation has calmed me down. I still hope all of you people fucking suffer and die. I hate all of you motherfuckers. I hate you to death.
So if there's any aspiring fighter watching, what advice can you give them?
Do steroids. As you get older, you need them. And do them smart, see doctors, and do a lot of grappling. Don't spar hard either. I hurt myself so much sparring hard over the years. It's very important to spar light. So I don't really spar striking anymore. I do a lot of like situational, I do grappling, shark tanks. You won't get a lot of concussive injuries to your head. And tap. When you're training with people, tap. If me and fucking Dean are going and he gets me in a bow and arrow choke with the gi, because he loves the fucking gi, or he puts me in some type of fucking omoplata, I'm tapping. There's nothing wrong with it. You're training. That's the point of training. A lot of guys have egos. and their egos get them hurt.
Tap often, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it's training. If you tap me with something, the first thing I'm going to say is, how'd you set that up? What did you see?
Yeah.
What'd you do? I'm not going to fucking, and if I get on you, I'm not going to hit you with a crossface like I would have wearing King of the Streets. I might let you know it's there, slide it across a little, but I'm not going to neck crank you while we're going, just like I would hope when you catch me in the bow and arrow choke, when I tap, you don't decide to fucking pull it extra hard.
Is there anything you feel like you want to mention or talk about that we didn't mention today?
No, I've insulted everybody that I wanted to insult. Basically, I just want to say thanks to Dean for doing this today with me and this tattoo. It means a lot. I'm a big fan of his tattoo work for years, so it's an honor to get tattooed by him on a...
That's great to have you here, man.
Appreciate it. A very special piece to me. You know, this goes back into my youth with stalking people like a crocodile. And now it goes back to when I fucking crossface Polish and French people and make them scream. So I really appreciate that, and you should definitely come see him for tattoos because there's nobody better. And I just appreciate it. And I appreciate him giving me a platform to insult people I don't like. That's very important to me. I love insulting people.
There we go. On that note, cheers, brother.
Later.
Thank you. If you enjoy the show, you know where to find me. Dean Taylor to Hell and Back.